Went to Japan. Guess what air you have there? Nice humid air. You're always sweating, you know. And guess what happened to my hair? I had beautiful hair. I could finally get a permanent because mine was very straight. Then you come, after 3 years, you come back here. It only took 1 week. I'm still wearing a wig all these years. So that is really hard for a girl and very hard for an adult. And you think, well, it doesn't really matter as long as you love Jesus, right? And as long as you share Jesus with others. But it's a hard time. But I want to quickly tell you one more thing. Is that okay? I had good news clubs. Have you had good news clubs ever? In your own home. Here in Abbotsford, and in Sudbury, Ontario, and different places, and in Japan. And you have this wonderful material that I could buy with all the stories of Jesus from beginning to end. And kids would just lap it up because they hadn't heard about it very much. And so I remember one time, it was probably one of the last meetings we had with the kids. I said, boys and girls, there were about 30 kids, altogether maybe 50. I want to ask you a question.
Do you know Jesus?
I asked him, would you like to have Jesus in your heart? Guess what? I asked them to close their eyes, fold their hands, and don't look around. And they did that. And I said, how many of you would like to ask Jesus in your heart? Guess what happened? All of them shut up their hand. Mm-hmm. Then I said to my helper, and a wonderful lady that helped me, said, what are we going to do? Dinner times, they have to be home. The parents weren't sick. I didn't have any phone numbers or anything. And so we decided, I just asked them all together. So I asked them to fold their hands, close their eyes, bow their heads. When I asked that question, that was an amazing sight. You'll never forget it. It's so beautiful. Now, I had to leave them because we moved back here, and I had to leave all those kids. It's really, really hard. I had 2 good news clubs every week. And I thought, what will happen to them, Lord? I give them to you to take care of them somehow. And I don't know ever what happened because I didn't have their addresses or phone numbers or anything. So anyway,
maybe see them in heaven.
I know. That's exactly. I'm waiting for all those kids to run up to, oh, Mrs. Henson, and oh, I'm so happy to see you. I want to hug them all. I really cried because it was such a wonderful experience for me. Is great as far. free.